Hi, my name's Steve Jones and this is a tutorial to one of the new features in Witness 22, and we're going to be looking at the new system variable called scenario. I've got a demo model here to explain the concepts, and within Model Assistant you'll now see under the System Elements folder there is a scenario system element, and you can use this anywhere in your Actions code, but the scenario name, which is stored in this string variable, will be created from Witness Experimenter. So we're going to be going into Experimenter in a minute and running some experiments and using this variable to determine what a CSV file should be called. So if I go back to my element tree and look at my data table of outputs, I've got this data table connected up to CSV to output data at the end of my model run. And the connection string I've got there, I'm going to construct that from some strings and also the scenario name and the replication name. So I'm constructing this string so that I get a CSV for each scenario and each replication out of my simulation run when I run from Experimenter. So let's go and have a look at Experimenter. And there are two modes to Experimenter, the simple and the advanced. I'm going to look at both. So we'll start with the simple experiment mode. And I'm going to open up a simple experiment I created earlier. I'm going to run the simulation for 5 days with 4 replications. And I've created 4 scenarios, which I've given names. And what I'm doing from each of those scenarios is changing the number of AGVs in my model. And the response I'm looking at is the throughput, the number of parts shipped. So if I were to run that simulation now, given I've used the scenario system variable in the name of my CSV, is I should get a CSV for each replication and each scenario. So if I run that through, we're going to get some responses being generated. And if we go to the folder where the model is, I'm getting a CSV with the scenario name and replication for each simulation run through. So that's the simple mode, and we should be able to see now we've got 4 replications of each of my 4 scenario names, so we should have 16 CSV files created with some results from each of those runs of the simulation. Now with the advanced mode of Experimenter, we can vary one of the parameters between 2 values. That's the advantage we get in the advanced mode, and also we can do optimizations. So if I look at an advanced mode experiment, which I've got here, I'm again looking to vary the number of AGVs in my model. I'm going to vary it between 1 and 10. And the scenario name, which will be put into the scenario system variable, will be in order that the scenarios are run, will be scenario 1, scenario 2. So I don't have control of those names because we might have a very large range of different scenarios being run by the experimenter, and also if we're doing optimization, we don't know in advance which ones of those are going to be run. So again, I've got the response of the number of parts shipped, and if I run that scenario, run that experiment, I should see within my folder I'm getting CSVs created for scenario 1, scenario 2, and for each replication I've got a separate one. So I can go in and look at the detailed results for any of those. This enables me to explore in more detail what's going on throughout my experiment. Hopefully the scenario system variable will be of use to you, and that's how I'm going to be using it.